Good morning, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to join with me today. The topic of the presentation is human, AI, and robot, a new 3D space for evolving media production robotics. So today, we're living through a very fascinating time. We're seeing a rapid evolution of media production robotics, and we're seeing a blend between humans, artificial intelligence, and robotics that are no longer separate disciplines, but are elements of a single creative ecosystem. At DVS, we like to think of this as a 3D space, not in the literal sense, but in the three-dimensional collaborative model. Humans, which bring innovation, imagination, and storytelling. AI, which brings perception, assistance, and speed. And robots, which bring precision, consistency, and endurance, repeatability. Together, they're reshaping how we capture motion, emotion, and live experiences. This is not science fiction anymore. In a live production environment, whether it's sports, news, or entertainment, the best results come when these three forces operate in harmony. The human defies the intent. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how this vision comes to life, starting with the human at the center, assisted by the AI, and empowered by the robotic precision, all converging toward a new era of media production. Taking our first example here, a live tennis event or any sporting events, where as a robotic operator sitting behind the control interface, you're not relying on just your expertise in moving the robotics, but the AI helps assist move the robotics out of the way of the cloud coming into the shot here to get a better angle. Or take a live news program where they're conducting an interview where the talent here is looking at the wrong camera. AI can assist in switching the camera to the correct camera that the talent is looking at. Or in the last example, in a government or corporate meeting, no longer relying on an operator to call up the correct lower third graphics for a person speaking, but have the system be able to accurately display that information. Or when the operator calls up a lower third graphic, if it doesn't match the person that is recognizing the graphic, prompt the user, say, are you sure this is the correct name for the person speaking? So let's start with the most important element, the human. In every production environment, from the smallest studio to the largest sporting event, the first priority is and always will be safety. Robots and automation bring incredible capabilities, but they also bring responsibilities. When a robotic camera moves near a presenter, an operator, or even flying overhead, you need to have an absolute trust in the system that it will never compromise safety. And this is why every innovation we design starts with safety. In all of our robotic systems, we leverage technology such as LiDAR, time-of-flight sensors, as well as 3D models to model the environment where the robotics are moving so that we can ensure for the operator and the talent that they have complete safety. The human in control. In the world of media robotics, we're not replacing the camera operator, we're augmenting them. We set the camera where the human cannot capture the image. The operator still remains the pilot, always able to take control instantly at any time. That's the cornerstone of the trust between these systems, knowing that you can override the automation the second you feel that it's necessary. And this also keeps the human touch at the heart of every production. And finally, creativity. This is what truly differentiates humans from algorithms. A human cameraman or camerawoman knows exactly how to hold a shot a little longer, when to follow emotion rather than emotion, when to frame a moment that tells a story better than any data point could. AI and robots can enhance that craft, but they don't feel it. That's why our vision is to automate creativity and to amplify it. When humans, AI, and robots work together, we get the best of all worlds: safety, control, and creativity in a perfect balance. Now, if the human is the pilot, let's look at the co-pilot. the one that's learning fast and ready to help, artificial intelligence. This is how we see AI in media production, as an assistant that helps the operator focus on what really matters, the storytelling, while taking care of what machines do best, the optimization. First, AI helps to assist the pilot. Think of auto tracking, framing suggestions, or intelligent camera moves that follow talent dynamically without manual control. The operator can stay in command, but AI removes repetitive actions, increases precision, and reduces fatigue. Second, AI can help improve image quality. Through real-time analysis, AI can fine-tune exposure, balance, color temperature, and focus, adapting instantly to lighting or movement. In sports, it can even predict where the action is going to happen next. It's not magic. It's data turned into creative intuition. And third, AI supports creativity and enables new effects. We're now seeing systems that can blend virtual and physical shots, generating dynamic depth of field, or even suggest alternate camera angles that weren't possible before. It's not about automating production. It's about expanding the creative palette available to directors and operators. So when we combine AI with human intelligence, the result is shared intelligence. Humans bring intent, AIs bring the insight. Together they form a production environment that's faster, safer, and more creative than before. But there's a third piece of this 3D space, and that's what turns vision into movement and pixels into presence. Let's talk about the robots. When we talk about robots, it's not just talking about machines that move the cameras. We're talking about the motion behind the emotion. Robotics bring a level of precision, repeatability, and fluidity that humans cannot simply achieve, especially in live production when every frame counts. And when well designed, robotic movement feels almost organic, smooth, confident, and effortless. First, let's talk about smooth movements. And here you can see one of our robotic platforms on the left there. Modern robotic systems can produce perfect camera moves hundreds of times. Exactly the same arc, the same pan, the same zoom or focus positioning. And that's essential for hybrid productions. Combining live and physical sets, virtual sets, or when you need to continually move across multiple takes. It's a precision with grace, the mechanical poetry of image capture. With the technology that we did invent here at Telemetrics and now EVS, our customers enjoy the smoothest movements possible with our robotic platforms. Next, robustness and sustainability. In the fields, robots work tirelessly, day after day, shot after shot. They reduce the need for physical repositioning of equipment, minimize energy use, and ensure stable operations in challenging environments. It's not just efficiency. It's about the long-term reliability and sustainability in production workflows. And third, working with any camera. The new generation of robotics supports are completely built for openness. They integrate seamlessly into any production environment, adapting to creative needs rather than imposing technical limits. That flexibility is what makes the new ecosystem so powerful. AI, control, and mechanics, all connected through open protocols and smart data. So when you combine human creativity, AI intelligence, and robotic precision, you get something remarkable. A production environment that's safer, smarter, and more expressive. And that brings us to the conclusion, where we see all three dimensions converging to redefine the very center of media production. As you look ahead, one thing is becoming very clear. AI and imaging evolutions are moving media production robotics right into the center of 3D space. The intersection where humans, AI, and robots come together to shape the future of live production. With the acquisitions of Telemetrics and XD Motion, EVS has taken a bold step to position itself at that crossroad. We're building an ecosystem where human creativity, AI-driven intelligence, and robotic precision operate in perfect harmony, not in competition. Because the future of production isn't about choosing between human or machine, It's about designing systems where each amplifies the benefits of each other. Where the human defines the intent, AI redefines the possibilities, and robotics execute them flawlessly. In this new 3D space, directors can explore shots that were never possible before. Operators can focus on storytelling instead of manual repetition. Productions become safer, faster, and more sustainable. And that's the real transformation. Moving from automation to collaboration, from tools to teammates. And that's where EVS is investing. A future where humans remain at the center, supported by AI intelligence and robotic excellence. So with the recent acquisitions, EVS and our business unit T-Motion has the broadest choice of premium media robotic solutions. On the top there, you can see all of our indoor solutions. On the bottom, you can see all of our outdoor solutions. It covers a wide variation of productions from studio to government to medical to house of worship to outdoor sporting venues and everything in between. Combining all three companies, and especially with leveraging the benefits that EVS offers, we now have a much larger presence within the world, offering better coverage of our products, having 24/7 SLAs. EVS has been at the forefront of AI for a very long time, so being able to leverage AI that's already existing into the robotic platforms at Telemetrics and XD Motion and further enhancing that. And lastly, the EVS ecosystem. So being to tie into products like Cerebrum, like Tactique, is really powerful value for customers. Any questions? Yes. So the question was, as part of the solution, are we planning on offering anything that does image manipulation? Very good question. And I would say yes, absolutely. One of the things that we're currently offering right now is gyro stabilized systems, but that requires mechanical and heavy, expensive components to achieve that. Being able to leverage AI to offer a very simple level of stabilization, especially on, let's say, indoor environments like studios and stuff like that, event spaces, where you don't need a dramatic level of stabilization, will be very cost effective to offer and provide huge value for customers. So yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Well, if anyone has any more questions or is curious, our booth is right down here to your left, straight down. You'll see EVS. Feel free to grab me or any of our EVS representatives to answer your questions. Thank you very much.